go. All right, the feed is live. Doors are open. Rose is here. Hey there. Galveston Island, Texas. Sweet. Let me back this up a little. Good to see you. Say hi to Don for me. Nice to have you here. V's here. Hey, V. I'm always working on this camera. Hello, Don and Rose from Galveston Island. Out on adventures, as always, as it should be. Welcome to Soulful Sunday. Sip them if you got them. Oh boy, that's good. Hopefully my friend Jean will check in. She turned me on to these. My friends Jean and Kevin. Oh, those frosty margarita beverages. I went out this afternoon and did an hour-long power walk at the Riparian Preserve here near me. So it was awesome. So I topped off my tan a little bit and hydrated, of course, and the shredded ice in that drink I consider ongoing hydration, so it's for health and medicinal purposes. All right, we got a little bit of a group. I'll wait another minute or so and see if anybody else checks in. Hope you're doing well, V. Good to see you. Hope Dave's doing well on Maui. Maybe he'll check in. I think he's back, right? Yeah. He was heading back to Maui a week or so ago. Oh, those are so good after an afternoon out doing a power walk out in the Riparian Preserve with all those man-made lakes and tons of ducks and migrating birds are coming in and all the nature trails, and there were tons of squirrels out there and rabbits today too, so it is just great. Amy's here. Hi there. So out of Texas, Galveston Island, Texas represented tonight, this afternoon, and Ohio. Amy, that picture was just artistically beautiful, and I know that you said that's not the look you were intended, but see, that's what's great about artistry, and I've discovered that in my own songwriting and recording my album. What I started out to do and what came about was far better than I ever expected. So sometimes those unintended consequences are awesome. And that photo was just brilliant. I know you can't stage stuff like that. It just happens. So that's the power of nature's artistry, kind of blowing across your face and blowing that hair. I know I'm not the only one who thought so. I saw another comment on there. That photo is killer. It's really awesome. Thanks for sharing that with us. The wind just took over, I know. Jean's here. So speak and she will come. I had just said a minute or so ago, I hope my friend Jean shows up because she turned me on to these frosty beverages, and I spent an hour doing a power walk this afternoon at the Riparian Preserve. So, and of course I hydrated, but I still continue to. And the shredded ice in here, I'm considering it hydration. So this is for biological and medicinal purposes. So thank you for getting me on this kick. Sip them if you got them. Welcome my Soulful Sunday tribe. Yeah, I can see even in my, I'm watching on the monitor, I have just a little bit of pink on my cheeks, so from being out in the riparian. My roommate's a licensed esthetician for 18 years, so she has awesome face products. So as soon as I got home and showered, I treated my skin to some nice hydrating cream. So taking care of it as long as I can. All right, my friends, as always, a distinguished group. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for tuning in, wherever you may be. We'll kick it off a little bit of Steve Poltz, my buddy Steve. He had this on the soundtrack to that movie Notting Hill with Hugh Grant. And as he always says, this is for lovers everywhere and anybody with freckles on their face. I love everything about you, and I love the way you comb your hair, and I love the way you sashay in the room. Your perfume lingers in the air. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. And I love the way you lick your lips, dear. You got fireworks in your hair. And I love the way you bring me water when I'm thirsty in your bed. And I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. You were surely kissed by angels. Just look at the freckles on your face. You've got a devil in your eyes. You disappear without a trace. I love sneaking up behind you looking in the mirror, the way your eyes lock into mine, dear, without guilt and without fear, I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. All right. Welcome to Soulful Sunday. Sip 'em if you got 'em. Kicking it off with little Steve Poltz. Any new check-ins? There! He is here. Speak it and they will arrive. So far, that's twice that's happened tonight. Gene and now my friend Dave. Back on Maui, I presume. Aloha, mahalo for being here. So aloha, hello and goodbye. So aloha in this case, hello to David. Mahalo, thank you for checking in. And ohana, family, my brother, my island brother. Good to see you, man. Hope you come back out here again so we can do another live show and people can hear your awesome stories. You know what would be fun? This just came to me. Next time you come out, let's do, because sometimes I'll have friends, when I was playing at the coffee shop, I'll have friends that were in town or available, and I'll just turn the mic over and they'll do some songs, or we do stuff together. I've done all the above. So what we should do is, let's do a Bruce and Friends, I call it. So I'll play a couple of songs, and then Dave, you can sit next to me and you can tell one of your awesome stories, and then I'll try to figure out a song that might correlate with that, or if not, then I'll do a song or two and turn it over to you, and you can tell some more of your awesome, funny stories. You'll get more of a reaction from the crowd than me, because your storytelling is great. So keep that in mind. That just came to me, so I follow those divine inspirations when I don't filter them. So that'd be fun to do a Bruce and Friends, and we'll have you do some of your storytelling, because that's artistry, and you've got a plethora of those, so all the famous people you've met and cool stuff. So I think people would really enjoy hearing that. So let's think about that next time you're out. I don't know if it'll be before the end of the year, probably not, but we'll just plan ahead. Let's do that. And you have all the stories. Sometimes we need a good manager or producer. V has probably heard all your stories, and she knows the best ones to tell. So maybe she should help. V, you can help Dave pick out some of the best that you think, and then I'll have him sit in with me on a next live set when he's in town from Maui, and we'll do that. I like that idea. That sounds fun. And if it's going to be a while, then we've got plenty of time to plan it, and I'll see if I can get some other friends come in. We'll do like a 2-hour show and have people sit in and sing with me, or like we've done a couple of times, or somebody else that wants to get up and take the mic. So it'll be a nice night. We'll plan on that. I'm guessing that'll be 2022, but that sounds right. All right, so welcome my tribe. Thanks for checking in. This one is for all of my friends. When you're down and trouble, and you need some love and care, and nothing, oh, nothing is going right. Just close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, fall, and all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. You got a friend. When the sky above you turns dark and full of clouds, and that old cold north wind should begin to blow, just keep your poor head together and call my name out loud, and soon you'll hear me knocking upon your door. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, fall, and all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. Hey, ain't it good to know that you've got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you and desert you. They'll take your soul if you let them all, but don't you let them. You just call up my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running, yes I will, see you again. Hey baby, don't you know about that winter, spring, summer, fall, and all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. You got a friend. You got a friend. Ain't it good to know you got a friend? Ain't it good to know you got a friend? Oh baby, you got a friend. All right, a little JT James Taylor for our Soulful Sunday. Welcome. Sip 'em if you got 'em. Thanks for stopping by. B says, we'll work on that. We got plenty of time. Z's here. Hey, I saw your post before I went live. Did they pull it out? Did they win? Is it still going on? Looks like the Cardinals were gonna, I follow some of the Suns when I can. But I've been seeing the headlines lately. The Cardinals are undefeated. Arizona Cardinals NFL team. And it looks like they were gonna win. I think you posted something. Wow, we won 37-14. Woo! Awesome. That's almost 3 times as many as the other team had. I love that. That's cool. Good. Oh, that's because I saw a 6-0 and I thought that was the score. Okay, so now their record so far is 6-0. How many regular season games do NFL teams play? Isn't it like 12? So are we like halfway through the season undefeated? And I don't know like who the champions are. We've probably already beat some pretty good teams, I'm guessing. 17 regular season games. Okay. So we're just a little over a third through the season, but it's one game at a time, right? And it doesn't matter, as they used to say in basketball, how close the score is. A W is a W in the W column. So hopefully we're doing well. Boy, that score, that's what a great night. It's only been like 3 weeks and I think I'm ready for new strings. Okay. Okay, Amy, are you still there? Here we go. I haven't played this, but I've been kind of singing it, so I'm trying to get all the lyrics down. So each night I play, it's like, I think I got it. I dropped a couple last time. She's there. But I think I've created my associations that I need. We'll see. I'm gonna do my best. Lost connection, but back. Okay, my phone's still going. That's the camera. So glad you're here. All right, so let's give it a whirl. This old man and me were in a bar and we were having us some beers and swapping idle cares and talking politics, blonde and red-haired chicks, old dogs and new tricks and habits we ain't kicked. Talked about God's grace, all the hell we raised. And then I heard the old man say, God is great and beer is good and people are crazy. He said I fought 2 wars, been married and divorced. What brings you to Ohio? Damned if I know. Dang. I didn't create a strong enough association with this one. Hang on. Damned if I know. I'm almost there. I got the next verse. Sorry. Damned if I know. We talked an hour or 2 about all the girls we knew, what all we put them through, and as 2 old boys will do. They pondered life and death. He lit a cigarette, said these damn things will kill me, yeah. But God is great and beer is good and people are crazy. The last call is 2 a.m. I said goodbye to him. I never talked to him again. And then one sunny day, I saw the old man's face, front page obituary. He was a millionaire. He left his fortune to some guy he barely knew. His kids were mad as hell. It just makes me laugh. Me, I'm doing well. So I stopped by today, just say thanks and pray. And I put a 6-pack right there on his grave. And I said, God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. God is great, and beer is good, and people are crazy. I almost had it. I even blew a few of the chords because I haven't played it. So that's when I have to actually practice. I dropped a chord at the beginning. and then I substituted the wrong minor on the bridge. But minor stuff, as my friend Miles used to say, those are just TDK moments. And I said, what's a TDK mean? He goes, they don't know. He goes, no one's going to listen to it the way you do. So he's probably right. Anyway, there you go, Amy. I'm still working on that. I'm getting the lyrics down. Last time I missed 2 associations with the lines. This time I'm down to 1. So I think by Wednesday, I should be good. Dig the soft quality. Oh, thank you. Yeah, those lines make me laugh because I'm seeing also the music video in my head, but also it's the story. I'm experiencing it as I'm playing it, and it's like his kids are mad as hell. That, like, I'm over the chicks thing. That just made me laugh. So now I'm as I need to be. I need to be able to sing the song. But no one, just the way that unfolds. He left his fortune to some guy he barely knew, which is that guy. After spending a couple hours with that guy in the bar, and his kids were mad as hell. Well, I'm doing well. And then how that just ties into stopping by to say thanks. I like that. So thanks for, yeah, I'll spontaneously laugh because the story is so funny. I just like it. Yeah, I haven't worked on the whistle. It's kind of dry, but it comes out. No one could tell about the chord changes. I know. If I pointed them out, you'd go back and listen to it. You could notice, but it's, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So thanks for that song recommendation. I do like it. I watched the music video too because I just like watching that. And then I noticed how when they're in the bar, the younger guy telling the story gets the that very attractive brunette to go out and dance with the guy, and I like that too. That was really, because he's like no, and she's like come on. So she gets him out there and dances. So the more I watch it and think about it from a storytelling perspective, so that's part of what eventually informed that guy to leave his fortune, because the guy created a really nice night. First of all, he listened to the guy. The guy he's fought 2 wars, so my guess in that song, my guess it would have been Korea and Vietnam, just judging by the age of the guy, the actor in the video. So these are just things I look at to, that music video was intentional, so you have to listen to the song, and I like looking at the visuals. So you got a guy in his mid to late 70s. 2 wars would have been Korea and Vietnam, so he fought both of those, married and divorced. Many of us have been. So I just like the whole story, and then watching visually, the guy gets him out there and gets him to dance. He probably hasn't done that in forever with a very attractive woman, and all of that was fun. And mostly, obviously, his kids didn't care about his life, or he would have left them his fortune. So he didn't have anybody. He was sitting in a bar alone, and this guy, however, they probably just sat down and started talking. The song gets right into that they were just having some beers. And he had a guy that was interested in his life, and they talked about all those things. Politics and girls and dogs, animals they probably had and stuff, new tricks and habits they have in kids. So all the good and the bad of life. And he found somebody that found him interesting for no other reason than he just was. And then they shut the place down at 2 a.m. But he got enough information from that young guy to be able to leave him, have his lawyer put him in the will. So I like that, and then he cared enough to come back and say thank you. So that was so I pick up more of the story through the watching the video too. So just the way he says his kids are mad as hell when he's playing it, sitting out there on that wall, makes me laugh because it's like, oh well. But anyway, it's a good song. Thank you so much for sharing that. I love that song. So when I'm driving around in my car, going to the store and whatever, I'm still going over the lyrics, not listening to it, just in my head, so I get them down. So I'm working on it. Right, a sad story made so much more wonderful better by one wonderful night. That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. So I like that the guy cared enough to listen, and they had so much to talk about, despite the obvious age difference, and all of their stories weren't going to be the same. The women they were with wouldn't be the same. The stories would probably be similar in terms, because when he says, and what all we put him through, that's not even an assumption. They both put their women through things. So, yeah, so they had a lot to talk about and connect around, even though the generations were different. Yeah, I like that song. That's a nice song. I was going to do this one last week and then I forgot. Oh, so if any of you were looking for a video for Friday, I just took it as everybody was busy. I was here for like 7 minutes and nobody was there. So rather than leave that video up of me just talking to myself, which I do a lot anyway off camera. Anyway, I just deleted it because there was no one here, so I assumed it was a busy Friday, hoping everybody was out enjoying it, which I delighted in. So if you were looking for that, you didn't miss it. Everybody was just doing their thing, and so I knew people would be here on Sunday, so we just roll with it. I did, Nita, out here in the East Valley, it's just in Gilbert. I've been going to since I bought my house 14 years ago, which is now sold to someone else. But it's called the Riparian Preserve, and it's 5 or 6 man-made lakes and all these nature trails and huge growth, and it's a very popular spot for people having weddings or wedding photos and all Christmas photos. There's tons of cacti and all kinds of stuff. Amy, when you visited, I took you and Lorena there, so you'll remember walking through there. So right now are all of the migration of all these birds coming in. Blue heron. I'm not sophisticated. My friend Kelsey's a photographer, so she's photographed those birds. I don't know them all. Tons of ducks, lots of squirrels today. Tons of squirrels. I got some pictures. They just sat there munching and let me get like within 5 feet. I got a bunch of close-ups, a lot of rabbits. Yeah, so it's great wildlife. So it's not too far from here. It's probably about 7 minutes, maybe 5 from my old house. I got the last parking spot in the parking lot. It's right next to a library, so there's overflow parking there. But I went out and did my hour power walk. There's a small observatory there too. They have a observatory club, and at certain times of the year, on like Wednesdays or something, you can go up in it, and I think you can rent it out. It's really cool. It's a nice, cool place. They've got a huge pond there on the library side you can fish from. They've got this floating bridge where you can walk across, and there's ducks and turtles. So that's the. So I'm a storyteller. So Nita, I could have just said, yeah, I went out and did a power walk, but I have to. I'm a right brain lead. That means I have to tell a story to answer a question. So I did get some more sun, and I was on the river twice this week. So on the Salt River. So I'm as topped off as a guy can be on vitamin D. Oh, that just came to me. I'm glad this is recording because that's a funny line. That's a great song. I'm as topped off as a guy can be, soaking up my vitamin D. And that's what I was doing. And I got some color on this olive skin. So V says, sorry I missed you on Friday. That's okay. People were doing their stuff. We're back tonight. That's all that's important. Yeah, Amy remembers we went to the Riparian. Yeah. Yeah, so I went out and did my hour power walk and some stretching in the grass, and then just chilled out and then came back. I've had the need to get out and commune with nature lately a lot, especially since I've been kayaking down the Salt. All right, so I wanted to do this last, would have been Wednesday, and I forgot. I haven't done this in a long time. Hey Bruce, if you could keep the strings on the neck, that would be great. Okay, thanks. I told you I talked to myself. Please come to Boston for the springtime. I'm staying in with some friends, and they've got lots of room. You can sell your paintings on the sidewalk, buy a cafe where I hope to be singing soon. And please come to Boston. She said no, you come home to me. And she said, hey rambling boy, why don't you settle down? If Boston ain't your kind of town, there ain't no gold and there ain't nobody like me. 'Cause I'm the #1 fan of the man from Tennessee. Please come to Denver with the snowfall. We'll move up in the mountains so far we can't be found. throw I love you echoes down the canyon, and then lie awake at night till they come back around. Please come to Denver. She said no, but you come home to me. And she said, hey, rambling boy, why don't you settle down? LA, I keep wanting to go to LA, sorry, I haven't done this in a while. Denver ain't your kind of town. There ain't no gold and there ain't nobody like me. So I'm the #1 fan of the man from Tennessee. Now this drifter's world goes round and round, and I doubt if it's ever gonna stop. But all the dreams I've lost and found, and all that I ain't got, I still need a lean to, somebody I can sing to. Please come to LA to live forever. California life alone is just too hard to build. I live in a house that looks out over the ocean, and there's some stars that fell from the sky living up on the hill. Please come to LA, she just said no. Boy, but you come home to me. And she said, rambling boy, why don't you settle down? LA can't be your kind of town. There ain't no gold, there ain't nobody like me. 'Cause I'm the #1 fan of the man from Tennessee. I'm the #1 fan of the man from Tennessee. All right, a little Dave Loggins. That was from about 7th grade. He has a fairly well-known, kind of famous cousin named Kenny, you might have heard of. But that was Dave Loggins' big hit, and I finally learned it a couple years ago. I love that song my whole life since I very first heard it. All right, my Soulful Sunday Tribe, welcome. So I haven't done this one in a while, I don't think. I don't know you, but I want you all the more for that. Words come to me and always fool me, and I can't react. And games that never amount to more than they're meant will play themselves out. Take this sinking boat and point it home. We still got time. Raise your hopeful voice. You have a choice. You make it now. Falling slowly, eyes that know me, and I can't go back. And moods that take me and erase me, and I'm painted black. Well, you have suffered enough and warred with yourself. It's time that you've won. Take this sinking boat and point it home. We still got time. raise your hopeful voice. You have a choice. You've made it now. Falling slowly, sing your melody. I'll sing aloud. Paid the cost too late. Now you're gone. Huh. A good song will always be a good song. So that's from that little Irish independent movie that came out over, 12, 15 years ago called Once. And that song won the Academy Award for Best Song from a Motion Picture that year. And if you like that movie, the same director, John Carney, also wrote and directed another movie called Begin Again with Mark Ruffalo. And it is brilliant. It's about musicians in New York, and it's a beautiful story. Keira Knightley, Mark Ruffalo. I love Mark Ruffalo, so they star in that movie, and it's called Begin Again. So if you liked Once, or you've never seen either of them, I recommend purchasing them. If you don't like it, I'll reimburse you. They're both great movies. Once was filmed in Dublin, and it was filmed almost documentary style. And my daughter got us tickets years ago when Glenn Hansford, he wrote all the music, and then he had a singing partner of his. They played the leads in the movie. They were actually musicians, and so they came on tour here a few years ago. My daughter and I went. She called me a few years after that movie came out and said, "Have you ever seen this movie Once?" And I said, "Yeah, I saw it in the theater when it came out. It's awesome." So anyway, Amy, you were there for my 50th birthday. Lauren, my daughter, sat to my left and played keyboards on that song. And I sang it and played guitar. So that's right. So if you haven't seen that movie Once, I highly recommend it. If you've seen it and haven't seen Begin Again, just go buy it. Maybe it's on YouTube for free with ads. They're both great. Who's the guy from Maroon 5? Adam Levine. He's in that movie. I think that was his acting debut, and he sings in that. It's a wonderful story. I love that. Good soundtrack, awesome music. Anyway, a couple of recommendations for you. If you're looking for something to go see and don't want to get out in the movies, get those two. Same writer and director, John Carney, did both of those, and they're just outstanding movies. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Amy. Yeah, that's a sweet song. I haven't done that in a long time. Gene says, love it. Yeah, it was great. Begin Again was excellent. Isn't that a great movie? I mean, they're both very different, but they're both very well done. I just love Mark Ruffalo. I think he's a great actor. And he and Keira Knightley, great chemistry in there. Mark Ruffalo's ex-wife is awesome. They're arguing about their teenage daughter, and they're both getting high at the same time. It's just like, it looks like scenes from a life that actually could happen. And Mark Ruffalo's kind of a wash down on his luck music executive. CeeLo Green's in it. I can't remember the name of the guy who Mark Ruffalo was partners with on the record label, but he's a musician too, like a rapper. So a lot of good artistry, great story, funny, very funny. It was great, and I love the music in that movie. Not many people that I know have seen either of those, especially Begin Again. And that didn't come out too long ago. Oh, who's the guy that hosts like a late night show? James Corden. He's from the UK. He's in that movie. He's funny, and that's before he was ever known here or had a TV show. So it's probably been a little while, but it's a great movie. Amy's phone acted up, but she's back. Welcome back. Huh. So I wanted to do another kind of a show tune. I've told the story a lot. I think I played this last time we went live, what, 3 weeks ago? So this is from that movie, that Gwyneth Paltrow movie, Country Strong. When the stars line up and you catch a good break, and people think you're lucky, but you know it's grace, and it can happen so fast. We're a little bit late, and timing is everything. You know, I've had close calls, could have been me. And I was young when I learned just how fragile life can be. I lost friends of mine because it wasn't my time, and timing is everything. And I could have been a child that God took home, I would have been one more unfinished song. When it seems a rhyme is hard to find, that's when one comes along just in time. Well, I remember that day when our eyes first met. Ran into the building to get out of the rain, 'cause you were soaking wet. And as I held the door, you wanted to know my name, and timing is everything. And I could have been another minute late. You never would have crossed my path that day. When it seems true love is hard to find, that's when love comes along just in time. Well, you can call it fate, destiny. Sometimes it really seems like it's a mystery, 'cause you can be hurt by love or healed by the same, and timing is everything. And it can happen so fast, we're a little bit late, and timing is everything. All right. Garrett Hedlund did that movie and acted in that movie, Country Strong. And I read in his bio that he was raised here as a teenager in Phoenix. So, very cool. All right, looks like I'm caught up. Not because I'm lazy, but I'm capoed here on the 5th fret, so I like this little Bob Schneider song from Austin, Texas. Soonly was a pilot in the nationally known Amazing Ladies of the Outer Ozone. She didn't have no kids, she didn't have no time. She's a woman of her word, she was a fighter of crime. She looked good in a hat, she had a natural way. With tools and no car, she went to UCLA. And everybody said she was as crazy as a loon. When she was a girl, she'd spend every afternoon sitting in her backyard pretending to be a fighter ace in the Japanese military. She liked to make up her mind, she kept her feet in the air She wore her heart on her sleeve 'cause she found it there. And it was all well and good until she met this young man, a young pilot named Steve with a beautiful tan. He spoke English and French and he swam like a swan, had a mouthful of teeth and more style than Cezanne. He could talk to the bees, he could breathe in the air. He wore his heart on his sleeve 'cause he found it there. And they'd sit in the trees and they'd talk through the night, while the blind moon swam in a pale starry light. They talked and they crowed and they told what they knew. It was better than beer, it was all strange and new. It was grass all around, it was black up above. It was more than hello, it was something like love. And I don't know why life, it seems to be so hard for dreamers like you and me. When love is love, is everywhere. Oh, all right. It's Bob Schneider. I like that little song. It's a sweet song called Love is Everywhere. Wow, these hours go by so quick sometimes. All right, we're getting close to the end, so let me make sure I'm caught up on check-ins. Oh. B says, always great choices. Thank you. I do try to mix it up, you know, which often means playing things I haven't played in a long time, because I don't practice a lot these days. But I've got my tan. I'm soaked up on vitamin D, so all good stuff. So Sip and If, you got them, my Soulful Sunday Tribes members, my esteemed group of check-ins. Thank you so much for being here, as always. All right, V, this one's for you. When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I would offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear and there is no one to dry your tears, I could hold you for 1,000,000 years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. There's no doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I'd go black and blue, I'd go crawling down the avenue. There ain't nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. Storms are raging on a rolling sea, down the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. There ain't nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you. Make you happy, make your dreams come true. To make you feel my love. There you go, V. By request before it was requested, which I love. So just felt like playing that. And thank you for the nice comment. And all right, I'm down to one more song, so I know what I'm going to end on. All caught up on comments too. Thanks again for being here, my wonderful Tribes members. Thank you for being part of Soulful Sunday. It's the one show each week where I go early, because of my friends that are on Central or East Coast time. So I like to go early so they have a chance. They don't have to stay up so late on a school or work night. All right. So I want to end on this Elvis song from Blue Hawaii. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can tell, falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can tell, falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't falling in love with you. That's the perfect song to end on. That made my heart feel happy. I love that movie too. Oh, all right. Thanks, V. Always And one of your favorites, I know. Yep. So I had to play that. Gene, mahalo. Cindy made it for the finale. Happy Sunday. Love the song. I'm going to archive in just a minute, so you'll be able to watch any of it that you'd like. You're welcome, Z. Thanks. So glad to have you tune in. Thanks for catching us up on the Cardinals, too, which I don't follow a lot, but it's been getting... Well, I don't watch the news or read the newspaper, so front page is sort of like... It's been getting a lot of the websites that I do watch. Top banner on the websites on the landing page because they're 6-0, so that's always great. So thanks for filling us in on that. Thank you for you and Nita checking in, for all of you. So good to see you. And 6-0 Nita, thank you. That's the one. All right, so yeah, as Gene said, mahalo. So aloha, hello, and goodbye. Mahalo is thank you. Also for checking in. And ohana is family, so you are my tribe and my ohana. So thank you so much for being a part of, and Dave from Maui, you're welcome, brother man. Our island brothers out there in the middle of the Pacific. And so thanks for checking in, this is so awesome. And let me see, so we had Hawaii, my former director, awesome director, Uber director, and her husband, Rose, they checked in from Galveston Island, Texas, and then the furthest to the east is Amy tonight. She takes the prize for that from Ohio. So thanks for being here. I love having my tribes members here in and out of town. It's so wonderful to see you. So as always, namaste. The divinity in me recognizes and honors the divinity in you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of my Soulful Sunday tribe, for keeping yourselves healthy, your immune systems really bolstered up there. Lots of vitamin C, echinacea tea, keep that immune strong. And so awesome to see you. I will be back Wednesday for Wind Down Wednesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Have a great rest of your Sunday, all of you, wherever you may be. And we'll look forward to seeing you soon.